Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, your co host, Sebastian. And I'm ready to go, man. Last episode wasn't 100% there. I'm back now. And I'm here to talk basketball, man. We're going to start off with the Oklahoma City Thunder, defending NBA champions, the best team in the NBA right now by record. They're off to an 8-0 start. Got their eighth win last night against the Los Angeles Clippers. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 80th straight game with at least 20 points. He is just one of the best scorers, right, of this new generation and arguably just one of the best scorers of all time. They got off to a 7-0 start last season, which was en route to them winning the NBA championship. Once again, off to an 8-0 start this season. My question to you is, how far can the Thunder take this win streak, and are they just in position to repeat as champion?
So to answer part one of your question, how far can they take this? Truthfully, oh shit,
Bless you.
my fault. Yeah, to continue. The Oklahoma City Thunder could take this as far as we could be looking at a 15 game streak, 16 game streak. They could do the Miami Heat streak. They could do what else has been the longest streaks in the NBA? The Houston Rockets streak. They can take it as far as that right now because this team is scorching hot on fire, and this is without their best player, second best player, in J Dub. This is a team that has chemistry beyond measures. You see it in their post game interviews. You see just the way they play on the court. They play for one another. They know who their best player is. There's no egos. There's no none of that. This is really what's really called a team. Everyone steps up into their role. I see guys like AJ Mitchell once again showing why that he went underrated this far, and now this is a second year player to where it's like, yo, who the hell is this guy? This is part of the Sam Presti thing. Sam Presti knows how to draft correctly. He knows how to put guys in position in an organization to succeed. He has an eye for talent, and right now you're seeing that all work in their endeavors whatsoever. This is relatively the same team, and when we look back at it, when they didn't make no moves in the off season for real, and then you wonder how they're going to add on to this roster. It's just guys getting better, and then this is a team right now that's just taking it to another level, and this is led behind Shea Gilgeous. This is somebody who we could say can creep up for an MVP to get another MVP and put himself in a position to get another championship. And to your point, saying can they win another title and can they two-peat? I'm gonna say yes right now too, and it's kind of hard to two-peat in today's NBA, especially there's so many good teams out there too, and then you got to think about just health, just right matchups and stuff like that. But this Oklahoma City team is just putting themselves in a position to where they've only gotten better. So for right now, they should be favorites. The team all around the league should be looking at this like, yo, fuck, like somehow, some way, like they're not the same team from last year. They have that championship taste now, that championship pedigree in their organization, and they're hungry for more. These are relatively young players, and they're just hungry for more. They want it. You see how they step on the court, how they play defensively, how they push the pace offensively, how Shea Gilgeous even wants it more. This is somebody that just dropped 30 the other night and relatively didn't play that much of the fourth quarter either, too. So his game is in his bag. Like his game is skilled in his bag, polished. Everybody else around them is like, they're still working, they're still getting better too. But it's gonna be scarier because they're only gonna get better as the season goes along, especially when J Dub returns.
No, yeah. When we spoke about this team, either the first or second episode of this season, I said the scary thing about this team is that they can get better, right? This wasn't like a veteran team that the championship window was closing and they was going on their last run, the last dance, things of that nature, to where they was gonna have to really retool the roster. This was a young team that has been built up from the ground up. Finally got over the hump with winning the championship last season, and now once again this team is getting better. To your point, there's no J Dub as of right now. Once he gets back in this fold, the team is going to look even better. I believe, everything happens for a reason, and I believe Jalen Williams, J Dub not being there right now, has done wonders for a person like Chet Holmgren, who thus far in his career to me has been very up and down in terms of production. I feel defensively, he's very good on that, and but offensively, there was nights to where we know we even spoke about last season him just standing on the 3 point line too much and not using that 7 foot stature to really create the necessary mismatches to unlock a whole another version of this offense, right? So once again, J Dub not being there, I feel Chet is now in his head, right? Really set to himself, I'm the second best player on this team, and I gotta make sure that I do my part. And it was even that first game of the season when they went up against the Houston Rockets, and he had that matchup right, guarding the Kevin Durant of the world, the Jabari Smith Juniors. He did it on both ends and scored like their first damn near 10 points. Once I seen that, I said, all right, he's locked in for this season, and he's been really great ever since. All their role players just have been stepping up. The Lou Dorts of the world, the Case and Wallace's. You brought up the Mitchell kid, Isaiah Joe. Everyone is just so well fit into their role. They know what they want to do. The coach knows what sets he wants to run on both ends of the floor. And you brought up the point of Sam Presti. Sam Presti is gonna get the bulk load of the compliments, but we got to talk about the scouts, right? The ones that's going overseas, the ones that's going to all these colleges, the ones that's really finding this talent and then coming back to Sam Presti like this is the guy, right? So I mean, there's just so many hidden gems on this roster. I don't feel like they needed to really do anything in the off season because it's just a young team that all they gotta do is just keep working on their games. Shout out to Alex Caruso, right, the vet on that team, who before they won the championship last year had that experience, and he's just been great for them on what he can do on both sides of the ball. In terms of them winning a championship this season, to your point, it will be tough. Betting, if this we're just strictly talking betting odds, I would say that is the safest bet to place. So in that respect, shout out to them. But in terms of this win streak, can you please look up their next couple games, please?
I'll tell you right now.
Because I know they playing the Lakers soon, so a lot of this parade's about to come to a fucking end, nigga.
Tonight they played the Blazers
That's a
on
win.
and
9-0.
well, then they play the Kings on
No, no,
Friday,
no.
Grizzlies
11
on
and 0.
Sunday, Warriors on next Tuesday.
When we get to the Warriors game, I think that's gonna be a tough test for them. Those vets are going to be ready. I think the X factor in that matchup is gonna be Jimmy Butler. If I'm them, I'm saying you want Shea. Right, I think that's going to be a tough matchup, and I know after that game they play the Lakers. So I think between one of those two games is when they'll suffer their first loss. I just say tell my Lakers, man, because I know you've been seeing how good my Lakers have been playing.
Yeah, well, game in the game of
Well,
the night.
no, 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 no. no. Uh, excuse me.
I was just about to give a compliment, but then you got to,
Well, then
cite.
hurry up, bro. Hurry up.
Calm
Let's
down,
say it.
calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. I like what I see from the Lakers this far. I love the resilience of stepping up when Reeves and Luca was out. I liked what I see
Yeah.
from DeAndre Ayton. Yes, I'll give
Dominating my boy. You see them against Portland, right? You see
yeah,
my boy. You
yeah. I feel
see,
like
you
he was
seen
looking
him, right?
forward. He was looking forward to that matchup. I like that. I like what I seen from Rui too. I'll give you credit
You
to
see,
that.
do you see
But
my boy Nick Smith Jr.? You see him?
you didn't even know that was your boy until
Did
that
you
game.
see my
You didn't
boy?
even know that
You
was your
see,
boy. But that's
yeah,
crucial though. That's
yeah.
something important. That's something important for a team to have. Somebody that can step up when your star players not, or you just toss it in the loss column. You went on to play with a motive. Bring your game, not your name, and that's definitely what he did, man. For a kid that might not
See,
touch the floor for
do you
real.
see how? And we're getting off topic. Just really about the thing about this guy. Give this last person his flowers. Marcus Smart. Have you seen now that before, after he left Boston and was sent to purgatory, playing in Memphis and Washington and all that bullshit? He's now back with a historic franchise with championship aspirations. Does he not look good, Seb?
Yeah, of course. That's Marcus Smart. When you put him in a winning situation like that, to where there's expectations, and you actually playing for something.
Luca, yeah, skinny Luke. I told you all this about the Lakers. I told you, bro. You didn't fucking listen. Now, Seb, I was because you my man's. right?
Can we not get
Before,
excited?
hold on. Because you're my man, I'll give you one more opportunity to leave the Knicks and hop on this bandwagon over here. I'll give you one opportunity.
It's not happening. I'm giving your
All
credit.
right, so fuck. All right, so then fuck you, nigga.
Okay. So if
What
you
the
if you're not
fuck?
excited, if you gotta remember, this is 2 weeks into the season. Please let's chill.
Oh,
Let's
here
chill.
we
Let's
go.
chill. Let's chill.
Oh, here we go.
Why
Don't be
can't
mad because your Knicks looking shaky, baby. Like,
on the
don't
road,
be mad.
on the
Don't,
road, on the
don't
road,
be mad.
on the road, on the
Like,
road?
look,
I'll give you that.
nigga, your record is your record. I don't hear about road, home, rest stop, nothing, nigga. All
On the
right, y'all
road.
4-3. You a playing team, nigga. You a playing team. We don't do the playing. You don't get it yet. It's not clocking to you, is it? It's not clocking to you
I
that the
love it.
Lakers are standing on business.
I love it. I love it. It's a long season. That's all I can say. It's a long season.
Yeah, here we
And one thing
go.
about them tables, one
Here
thing
we
about them
go. Like, no,
tables,
live in the moment, right? Because when we talk NFL and I talk about the play, oh no, talk about right now. They're talking about the right now. The right now. What's talking about right now, right?
that's one thing about
Running
them
back.
tables.
You want running back again?
Nah, them bitches gonna turn. One thing
Oh
about
yeah.
the tables, it's a long season. It's a long
I
season.
don't want to hear about that. What about right now? Tomorrow's not promised, nigga. Right now.
It's a long season.
Oh, y'all see this nigga moves the goalpost at every
It's a
second.
long season.
No, it's a long season. No,
A long
either way,
season, man.
I had to do my Lakers rant. I've been holding that in because my Lakers have looked great, and I've been trying to be humble here on the pod. But Seb started talking stupid.
I even
But
seen that. I gave you a
well,
compliment.
that's
But
the problem. Speak up, nigga. That's the problem. Say something nice.
you want credit all this time, but when shit goes wrong, it's like, oh, here we go. Now
Wait, don't bring up don't bring up none of that right
I
now.
don't bring up nothing. I'm talking about
All right, all right.
whenever they
So,
lose, it's panic mode. But
oh, here
they
I don't
win,
remember the last time we lost. I don't remember when the last time we lost.
reality will set soon, bro. I love the high
Okay,
though.
okay.
I respect the high though. I can't, I'm not gonna knock you down your high though. But just don't get too high, man.
Can't, nigga. We're winning game. Like, what are you talking about? You can't. We're winning.
Yeah, like I said, don't get too
All
high.
right.
Appreciate what's
Nah,
going on.
when you wanna do it, that is yeah. When I do it, don't get too high.
Yeah,
All
don't
right,
get too
bro.
high, bro.
You- Nigga, I'ma stay high, nigga. I'ma stay high.
Okay.
I'm on that crack high. You don't get it?
Yeah, you're on rock.
Shout out Dwayne the Rock Johnson. But this was really about Oklahoma City, and this is still the best team in the NBA right now. Just wanted to give them their flowers, shed light on Shea Gilgeous Alexander, and just the whole organization. Let's now move on to another team that's off to a great start, and that's the Golden State Warriors. They also picked up a win last night against the Phoenix Suns, even though Jimmy Butler did end up exiting the game with some type of injury that I can't remember off the top of my head. So I hope he comes back as soon as possible. But seeing that they're off to a great start and how I feel this is a team that's gonna peak in the playoffs and built for the playoffs. If they were to win the championship this season and Stephen Curry gets his fifth championship, is he definitively, and that's saying like undeniable, is he in the GOAT conversation?
Hell yeah. Hell yes. He's creeping up, man. Steph Curry is one of those people that, his game is gonna age regardless though, because when you can shoot the rock like that and you draw that much attention, it's like you can't be denied. And I think Stephen Curry knows that he has a chance to be a part of that, GOAT conversation even a bit more. He's closer than he thinks. I think coming into the season, just the acquisition of Jimmy Butler definitely makes him feel like, yo, we actually have a chance. I like the way that we was playing towards the end of the season. We gave ourselves a better chance until I went down against Minnesota in that series. And yeah, right now I think Steph Curry is just one of them ones that changed the game, changed the way that basketball is played to this day. Everybody wants to be a shooter. You got big men that instead of running to the basket, they're running to the corners. Fast breaks aren't the same anymore. And Steph Curry revolutionized the game to where it is undeniable he's undeniable in basketball history. And the fact that him just having 4 rings just makes it even a little more interesting now because it's like now we're looking at it. It's just like if he gets a fifth one, it's like where do you rank him? And I think to a point where if some people might not gonna put him in the GOAT conversation because of Finals MVPs and stuff like that. But I'm looking at it now. It's just like, but would he be top 5? You get what I'm saying? Like that's where my thing is. Like if you want to exclude the GOAT conversation, so be it. Everybody has their own opinion about who the GOAT is, but top 5 is where can you deny him that? And that's more so my thing. Like I feel like if he does win another one, you have to put him top 5 all time. In my opinion,
You have to.
you have to.
First to answer the question, if he wants to win a championship this season, no. I don't think that he's in the GOAT conversation. Has Stephen Curry, for all of his championship, been the best player on his team?
For 2 of them.
So no.
No, not for all of them. Well, yeah, for 2 of them.
And doesn't that, do you not feel that matters?
It does matter. That's why I said top 5. I wouldn't necessarily say GOAT.
All right, so let's run this down. Let's say he wins it this year. He has 5 championships. Is he better than Michael Jordan?
No. And
Is
well,
he
this
better
is
than?
my opinion.
Yeah, there's no one else I can ask right though. Look,
No, I'll just put it. I'll just put that out there.
is he better than LeBron?
No.
Yo, why do you think so hard about that? Like, what's
No,
wrong
that's my
with
shit. No,
you?
seriously, that's a serious answer. No, like
All right, Tim
it's not.
Duncan.
Mm, and I'm not the one to say recency bias though, but I just feel like Stephen Curry had a better career than Tim Duncan. If he wins,
Whoa. Can you say that again for the people in the back?
if Stephen Curry wins another title, he's all time better than Tim Duncan.
All right, I don't know about that. Magic Johnson.
If Steph wins another one, I will phone. And you know where I stand. I stand on a cliff. He's better than Magic Johnson. I'm man enough to admit that. I'm on this cliff right now that you can argue me down about everything Steph Curry does. Matt Johnson is still the best point guard in my eyes ever to touch basketball. But in this case, bro, I can't deny greatness. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I can't. If he wins another
Shaquille O'Neal.
I would have to say yes.
The most dominant scorer of all time.
Yes, I'm sorry. Like, when I look in the history books, players are gonna have to get moved around. Like, you're gonna have to make a way for players towards the end of their career right now, and somebody's gonna have to get booted out if Steph Curry's still continuing at this rate. If he wins another one at this age, late in his career, sometimes you just can't deny certain players, and I think that's just one player you can't deny.
I'm Stephen Curry's one of the Stephen Curry to me, for me watching basketball, is probably just from me watching probably top 3 that I've seen in real time. Right? That's not saying he's better than these people. Just for me, what I've watched, because I didn't watch Michael Jordan in real time, and I say real time meaning I've watched highlights and old games of damn near everybody throughout my life, but in real time, I didn't watch Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. I caught towards the middle, towards the end of the Tim Duncans, and towards the end of the Shaquille O'Neals, right? I wasn't there for the Larry Bird, so just for me seeing, I think definitely top 3 for me watching the game. But 2 things, that Finals MVP and was you the best player on the team matters to me a lot. Tim Duncan, correct me if I'm wrong, for all his championships was the best player on his team.
Nah, they split it. Kawhi Leonard got one.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm saying he was the best. Kawhi Leonard won the Finals MVP in my opinion because he guarded LeBron.
So wouldn't
The
that
same
be?
reason why Andre Iguodala won.
Yeah, but what about when Tony
Go ahead.
Parker won?
I don't think that he was. No, I'm not saying he didn't get the award. That's a fact in history. But I'm saying for me, seeing it, I don't. To me, Tim Duncan was always the best player on his team for what he did on both ends of the basketball. Right? Michael Jordan was always the best player on his team for all his championship. LeBron James was the best player on his team for all of his championship. So Shaq, besides the Miami Heat championship, I feel was always the best player on his team. And I think that just matters. Like, if Kevin Durant does not, and then once again, I'm just going off my opinion. If Kevin Durant does not go to Golden State, Stephen Curry doesn't have those two championships. They stacked the deck. So when it comes to ranking him, that's an asterisk for me. I can't just sweep that under the rug. Not saying Stephen Curry wasn't great in those finals, but Kevin Durant coming there, no one was gonna beat them. So what? Where was the competition for two of your championships?
I mean, I guess you could say the same for Shaq and Kobe. Nobody stood a chance with them. And if you're gonna say that Shaq was definitively the
Oh,
best player,
but
Kobe
they
Bryant averaged the
well,
same amount. You know what I'm saying?
but they didn't. But my point is that the Warriors tried to stack the deck to where it was impossible. I don't think beating the Lakers was impossible. I just feel Shaquille O'Neal was just the most dominant player on the floor at all time.
That was impossible. Once you three-peat, it's impossible. Year one?
I wouldn't say so because now what year was that when they had tipped it out and who hit that 3-point shot. When they
Rob
played the
Horry?
Sacramento Kings, right, in the
Yeah.
West, was at the Western Conference Finals, right, and they got that tip out, that play right there, right. So it's not like they was unbeatable. I just feel a lot of things went their way.
Yeah.
That Warriors team, it was like the offense was just
A lot of
wait
things a lot of
like
things went their way too. In real time, when we was watching it, Chris Paul went down. The Rockets were up 3-2 on them. Before Chris Paul had the hamstring injury, the Rockets had their number. Kawhi Leonard, when they
But
was
what
against San
year?
Antonio,
What year was that? That no.
that was
What year?
year that was
What
year
year was
two.
that? That was year two.
Yeah, that was year two. That's when they won their second chip.
But they was clearly better than Houston, bro. Was Houston gonna win that game, bro?
If Chris Paul was healthy, we never know. We never know. All I just know
Right.
is that that was probably the most adversity they probably faced in their run together with the KD, Clay, Dre, Steph, Iguodala in that era against that Rockets team was probably the most adversity that they faced. So, even if you have a team like that, and I'm not saying that, feel me, they didn't have a team or nothing like that. Like, we'll get that out the way. Like, feel me, everybody was fucked. Certain times you still gonna run into adversity, like a team that's just built to play your style.
Right.
And for the Lakers around that time, it was the Sacramento Kings, and for the Warriors, it was that Rockets that 1 year though. Until they just discarded everybody, they got rid of the Trevor Arizas, the Luka Badamutes, people that made sense for that team. So like it wasn't like Steph Curry, like they didn't have a cakewalk. Like Steph Curry still had to perform. If he performed any less than what he was, even though they had KD though, it wasn't gonna help them in no way, shape, or form get out of that.
I do think they did have a cakewalk because at the end of the day, talent always gets over, and that's why they ended up right winning those back to back because it was just too much talent just on one roster. Everyone knew that when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, they cheated, bro. Like, it was just undeniable. Because Kevin Durant at that time was arguably the best scorer in the league. That team just won 73-9, and they just had the perfect marriage. So, I mean, we can debate this until the end of time. For me, once again, even if Stephen Curry was to win this season, those Kevin Durant years for me is what I can't just put him over certain people. That's just my personal opinion. But
Fair enough.
moving on, could we got moving on to the next topic? Darius Garland is set to come back tonight from his injury. We have not seen him so far this season. The Cavs have been okay thus far to start. You know, Donovan Mitchell has been doing his thing. But with Darius Garland making his return, is it this season a championship or a bust for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah, it's been like that. It's been like that since Donovan Mitchell got there. This is a team that just gotten better every year, but it just fell short of expectations. This is a team that really has been a good team for since Donovan Mitchell has got there. First year they lost to the Knicks. Second year they lose in the second round to well, who I think they lost to? The Celtics, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they lose to the Celtics. Then they lose to Indiana. And so it's just like you have a good team. You're a great regular season team. You have all your core pieces that you managed to keep together. Not only that, you've gotten better at adding around them with the Max Struess of the world. You added DeAndre Hunters of the world. You added Lonzo Ball into the mix. Like, you know what I'm saying? You built out your roster to where now it's always going to be championship or bust. There's no way you win like what they won 60 games last year.
Yes.
Yeah, around 60 games, had one of the best records in the NBA, if not one, then two of the second best record in the NBA. There's always going to be expectations for this Cavs team now. The honeymoon phase is definitely over. Donovan Mitchell should get critiqued more because, you know, you are a hell of a player. You know what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell, when you watch him on the court, you cannot tell me he's not one of the best players in the NBA. Darius Garland is no slouch either. He just has playoffs allegations. Jared Allen, you know, is a decent center. Evan Mobley's gradually going to get better. You have all these pieces, and you're going to tell me there's no championship expectation. You just go out there. No. This team right now, this Cavs team with Darius Garland back, should be heavily criticized if they short fail or if they fall short of expectations, and that's making it to the conference finals too. Because Donovan Mitchell too, we talk about how great of a player is, how he's this, that, and the third. Where's the conference finals to show of it? Majority of his peers got to the conference finals already. You know what I'm saying? Majority of his peers got his in. And I know that does something to a player, especially when you know you feel like you're one of the best in the league and you want to display it at the highest level of basketball. And the highest level of basketball is the conference finals and the finals. So they're more than due. The Cavs are more than due. And I think this season is definitely heavy on championship or bust.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, I think it's definitely championship or bust. But I'm looking at right now, you know, shout out to Darius Garland coming back. I think, you know, he already knows his role. He's gonna be that facilitator, knock down that 3-point shot, be able to penetrate defense and then kick out to open shooters, right? But I'm looking at Evan Mobley. I seen the jump he made, you know, from the season before last going into last season, right? He made that jump, became a better shooter, right? Started shooting three ball more. But I feel like thus far this season, I just haven't been impressed. Right. And that goes for him and Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen is just too soft. I'm not seeing no real aggressiveness. And I think a lot of these centers could punk him. Like, I just don't think he does enough. There's no way you're damn near 7 foot in this NBA and you're leaving the game with 4 rebounds. That just doesn't make any sense. Evan Mobley should not be finishing the game with 14 points and 6 rebounds. That's weak. And I'm not going for that shit. Evan Mobley should be averaging 25 and 12. Like, cause I need to see more aggressiveness. Donovan Mitchell's a great player, and I even look back at the game they played the Celtics this year, to where he was on a heater. But it was like, where was the rest of the crew? Donovan Mitchell scoring at that rate, right, with that high usage rate, getting up all those shots, is not going to be their key to a championship. They're going to need the. You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
So Donovan Mitchell scoring like that, I don't think is the right formula for them. They're going to need everyone to contribute. But I feel Evan Mobley is the X factor. You now know you've now expanded your game to where you can shoot the ball. You got to get those shots up. You got to get your post ups in and be aggressive. I don't need Evan Mobley trying to be a finesse big. He needs to get down and dirty and start watching these Zach Randolph type plays, bro, and be aggressive. Like, I just don't like what I see. Lonzo Ball has been okay. He hasn't really found his shot yet. I think he'll get better as the season progresses. Um the DeAndre Hunters of the world, the Isaac Okoro, all these players just got to step up. The East is weak right now. All right. And there's no reason why the Cavs should not be in the conference finals. If the Cavs do not make the conference finals, then you gotta you gotta blow it up. Because there's no way in a season like this y'all cannot get the job done. That means that Darius Garland ain't your point guard, Evan Mobley is not that corner piece, and Jared Allen needs to go to China. Donovan Mitchell is good. He can stay because he's doing this team a favor, even re-signing with this damn franchise. That's been a fucking mediocrity unless LeBron James was there. But I'm looking at Evan Mobley tonight. The Cavs play the 76ers. He should have at least 25 points. If Evan Mobley does not score 25 points tonight, and there's not even no betting shit. If Evan Mobley does not score 25 points tonight, I'm done with him, bro. He's cooked. Like, and I'm just not watching that.
So, are we gonna put the notion out there that this Cavs team is soft?
Well, besides Donovan Mitchell, yes. Just look at what they did in the playoffs last season. You got them missing games. You got them missing game two, and then coming back game three. So then, why the fuck you didn't play game two? It's the playoffs, bro. And Indiana's making you look like a bitch.
Why
So
the fuck
yeah, bro.
you Yo, why the fuck you ain't play games?
Come on, bro. It's supposed
That
to
was
go
good.
1-2-3, not 1-2 back to one. Like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah,
Like,
they
I'm
probably thought they
tired.
could.
But you gave away a game, bro. I literally watched them give away a game, thinking that what when they come back, you're gonna tie it up. No, bro. Indiana's better than y'all. Not this season, but Indiana it was better than them. Period. And you thought you could miss a game because your fucking toe hurt, nigga. What does Shaq be saying? Yo, you better go get some icy hot, nigga. Bro, I don't know. Like, but these plays are getting too soft. Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and fucking Jarrett Allen, bro. Cut that fucking fro off your head and get your mind right. Nasty work. Nasty work.
Cavs team got to do better, man. The soft allegations is coming up, man.
Yeah, and Kenny Atkinson, you not off the hook, nigga. All right, bro. You got some real coaches out here that can really maximize this group. I don't give a fuck about no 16-22 regular season. None of that, you white bitch. You need to get this team together immediately. All right. On this pod, we ain't letting these niggas slide. And Evan Mobley, you was on the fucking list. Shout out to Chris Jericho, Evan Mobley. You just made the list. But moving on now to the next topic. Unless you had anything else to say about the Cavs.
I'm done.
So it is Wednesday. We got a lot of matchups tonight. So what is your game of the night?
All right, we got a little bit of NBA action tonight going on. A couple of interesting games that I am looking forward
And
to
don't
see.
steal my game either. Cause I've already have a feeling of what you about to say. Don't even try it.
Woo! Maybe great minds think alike, maybe not. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves coming to the Madison Square Garden to see the New York Knicks. I feel like that game is always going to be a little bit more intense just because Julius Randle is playing his former squad. Julius Randle right now has been on a low-key tear while Anthony Edwards has been injured. Somebody that's been a triple-double machine. Somebody that's gone to spots has looked good to begin the season. Shout out to Julius Randle. And shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves for holding down the fort while Anthony Edwards was gone. And for the Knicks side of things, looking for their third straight home win. Looking to build on some chemistry, some continuity because they dropped 3 games in a row. Not liking what I'm seeing off of that though, but once again, like I said earlier, shit takes time. I don't know what Mike Brown want to do, but I see he has a lot of emphasis in 3-point shots. So when it's raining, it's pouring, but when shit there's a lid on the basket, shit looks weird. I'll keep it a buck at that. I'm looking to see how Karl Anthony Towns played too. going against his former team. Every time they match up against each other, it's going to be, oh, who won the trade? Who won the trade? But in my eyes, this has been one of an equal trade, in my opinion, too. Both teams went to the conference finals last year, respectively. So, and they just gonna this team, these two teams are always gonna be matched up as well, as long as Randall and Cat are on their respective teams. So I'm interested to see that Anthony Edwards does come back tonight after missing, I believe, what is it, 4 games with the hamstring injury. I want to see how he plays tonight. I want to see how does he look out there. If I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves, if he looks a little bit of shakiness, if he looks like it's still lingering, I sit him down because that's not something you want to play with, especially early in the season too. So you got to make sure he's 100% healthy in that case scenario too. But this should be a good most part. Two competitive teams, two teams that get after it, relatively young, and yeah, I'm excited to see that matchup.
Yeah, shout out to Ant coming back. I do want to see what he does in the garden if he's healthy. I know he's gonna put on a show. But my game of the night, obvious enough, the Lakers versus the Spurs. Both the Lakers and the Spurs, both off the great start to the season, both top three in our conferences, right? So Luca versus Wimby, two international stars that have came into the NBA and lit it on fire ever since they have debuted. Both have looked great this season. Besides Wimby's last game, to where I don't know if those monks must have casted a spell and they took his power and they took his powers like fucking Michael Jordan in Space Jam. But I expect him to have a bounce back performance, which is scary for my team because now DeAndre Ayton. You got a tough matchup tonight. Now, no one could guard him in the NBA, so no one's asking you to stop him, nigga. But I don't want to see now Wimby's fighting for the boards and you just stand there like this. And you trying to think like, should I get involved? Like I don't want to see that. You need to continue to be aggressive. All right. I'm starting to see you get somewhat engaged on the defensive end, but we need more. You gotta crash the boards. You gotta be aggressive. I need to see that Portland DeAndre Ayton, meaning how he played against the Portland Trailblazers, moving forward. Right? He's good enough to average 20 and 10, no matter if Luca's on the floor, Austin Reeves, or even LeBron fucking James. He is, I feel, an X factor. Matter of fact, he is the X factor for this team. Because I know what I'm going to get from Luka Doncic. I know what I'm going to get from Austin Reeves. Once LeBron comes back, I know what I'm going to get for him. But the Andre Ayton, I just never know what I'm going to get. So I need him to step up. But once again, Luca and AR is going to do their thing. I need to continue to see JJ Redick giving that confidence to Nick Smith Jr. He is like a spark plug off the bench, gives me those like J.R. Smith vibe to where he can just come in and create buckets. Marcus Smart, once again, like I said earlier, he is showing why he was the defensive player of the year in 2022 and a three-time all NBA first team defensive player. I like what I see from this team right now. There is spurts to where JJ Redick has to run on the court and ask, what the fuck are y'all doing? Because they
I
start to
love that.
get. Say it again.
I love that. That's real culture right there.
No, yeah, for sure. Like, if your team is playing like garbage, you're not gonna say they're playing like garbage. So you gotta hold them accountable in real time. It's not wait till halftime. It's not wait till after the game. It's let me come on the court and what the fuck are you doing?
She
All
said,
right.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you? Some real white coach shit, man.
No, yeah,
That
because
is.
it's a
Now that's passion.
yeah, man. We can't be missing defensive assignments, bro. Like, just not the ones that are playing as day. Nigga, you gotta switch on the pick and roll. Like, come on now. But Lakers, Spurs. I got Lakers winning tonight. I think the Spurs will keep it close though. Dylan Harper has gone down with the injury early in his young career, but he will be back soon. That's just one less weapon for them. More success for us. I got the Lakers winning tonight. That's gonna do it for this episode of Is Debatable NBA edition. We will be back tomorrow recapping all these games and seeing what crazy spectacles we witnessed tonight. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on these videos. Please follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook. Follow us at It's Debatable Double underscore at all social media platforms. For everyone that's been riding with us, supporting, we definitely appreciate y'all. We got more things in tune. Jersey.